Stranger Things just ended with its final season, and here's my honest, raw opinion. So the season started off good, although I felt like the way season 4 ended was pretty useless. They opened the gates and then didn't really do anything with that storyline in this season. They sort of explained it away with a single line of dialogue, which made the end of season 4 feel kind of pointless. I think season 5 could have picked that up and done something different, but honestly, I don't hate it that much because once season 5 kicked off, it really grabbed my attention. Especially with that breakfast scene at the start of Volume 1. Volume 1 was honestly pretty great. The episodes were longer, over 50 minutes each, but this first volume didn't give us any room to feel bored. By episode 4, when Will unlocked his powers using love and good memories, I think that was the standout episode of the season. I loved how they showed Will tapping into those positive emotions to unlock his abilities, in contrast to 11, who has always been taught to use anger. Volume 2, on the other hand, felt more like a setup for the finale. It wasn't bad, but it did have some plot holes. I wasn't a big fan of how they handled the reunions between Max and 11 or Max and Hopper, but I did appreciate how they wrapped up Jonathan and Nancy's storyline and closed a lot of loose ends for the side characters. As for the finale, I thought it was pretty damn good. If you followed me, you know I actually predicted a lot of what happened this season, like 11 surviving, the Mind Flayer coming back in a physical form, Vecna reviving him, and what the Upside Down actually is. I just wish they'd given us a longer battle with the Mind Flayer because it felt a bit quick. The stakes weren't quite as high as in season 4, where we had all those Demogorgons and Demobats. In the finale, we only saw Vecna and the Mind Flayer, and I kind of missed having more creatures in the Upside Down. Overall, I really loved how they brought everyone's stories full circle. They ended with the group playing their final Dungeons & Dragons game, which I thought was a great ending. For me, the finale was way better than the Game of Thrones ending. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and that's still my #1 show, but Stranger Things has definitely earned the #2 spot on my list. But I still do think that season 3 had a more perfect ending than season 5. You know, the whole Hopper letter scene where everyone said goodbye and 11 lost her powers. If the show had ended there, or if Hopper had died and they'd wrapped it up at season 3, I would have accepted that as an even stronger ending, but that's just my personal opinion.